Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Bree and I do makeup and skincare related videos. Today's video I'm going to be showing you how to create this look that I am wearing, and we talk about how cute these little clips are. These have been so on trend lately. I had to get some and I love the rose gold kind of pinky tones that go with this look. To create today's look, I did use the BH Cosmetics Hangin in Hawaii palette. This has so many stunning summertime colors, some peachy pinkies, oranges, and some neutral browns as well for a more neutral look. But I have really been having my eye on this purpley foiled shade here, so I wanted to create a look using that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you want to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. So today I am in desperate need of some color correcting. I have like just a lot of discoloration happening today. I feel like my dark circles are horrible and I have a lot of redness. I typically get really red around this area during that time of the month, and then I always have allergies, so I'm just pretty much always red through here. So I'm going to color correct with the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Light Ivory. So as you can see, this is a very kind of peachy orange undertone, so that's going to help cancel out that redness. I feel like the road I live on is super busy today, so if you guys can hear cars passing, I'm so sorry. I really would like to get a microphone. So when I film right now, I just use my camera, like my camera microphone, because it works really well, but it doesn't quite like cut out background noise. And then when I do voiceovers, I have like a little voiceover camera, so I really, microphone. So when I film, I would like to have a really nice microphone that cuts out background noise more. So I've been looking at some on Amazon, but I just want to find one that's decent but not super expensive, because your girl is on a budget. I don't have thousands of dollars to be spending, not even hundreds of dollars to be spending on a new microphone right now. So for foundation today, I'm going to mix two foundations because I want to have some sunscreen for when I'm running errands today. So I'm using my It Cosmetics CC Cream in the shade Medium. This is just a travel size one I picked up in medium for the summer, and it's lasted me for months. So, and then I'm going to mix it with the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation so that I have a little bit more longevity, and it's also obviously a lot more coverage than the CC Cream. And I'm going to use my e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Foundation Brush just to buff this into the skin. You do get a little bit more coverage with a brush versus a sponge. So a little tip for you guys, I don't like to put a ton of foundation on my forehead. If you don't have any like problematic issues like acne or scarring or discoloration on your forehead, my forehead's pretty much always clear. It's like the one area that stays clear on me, which is I feel like the case for a lot of people. I try not to put a lot of product there because it will start to settle into fine lines and it can start to look really heavy and age you a little bit. So I like to put as little product as possible on the forehead. So wherever I need more coverage, I just take a little bit more and just kind of press it into those areas rather than doing the buffing to really get it to cover the breakout. So for concealer, I'm going to use the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Concealer. This has been my go-to concealer lately. I absolutely love the formula. It is on the thinner side, but it's still light to medium coverage. It's definitely buildable. And it just wears so beautifully under my eyes. I have natural creasing under my eyes. It's just how my eyes are. And so something too heavy like Tarte Shape Tape and my L'Oreal concealer, I love them, but they definitely can look very heavy under the eyes if I'm not careful. So I've just been reaching for this more and I absolutely love it. The shade I'm in is the Moderately Fair 12. and it's just a beautiful formula, so I've really been liking it. If you're someone that likes like the super full coverage of the Tarte Shape Tape, then you may not love this one, but I'm okay with either or. Sometimes I'll mix the two if I feel like I need a little bit more coverage. So to set the under eyes, I'm using the Cover FX Perfect Loose Setting Powder. So we need to put some brows on, so I'm going to go ahead and do them off camera, and then I will be right back. Okay, so brows are done, and now we can move on to bronzer. I'm going to use the Bella Cream bronzer right here, and I'm applying it with the BH Cosmetics brush. This is from the Rose Quartz collection. I've mentioned it before. It's such an awesome collection, super inexpensive. You get like, I want to say 9 brushes total in the collection, and they're all awesome. So I'm going to start warming up the skin. So I pretty much put this on the perimeter of my face. And just like with contour, you really want to make sure you're not bringing your bronzer or contour too low. You want to stay on top of the cheekbone here. So if you line up from the top of your ear to the corner of your mouth, you should have kind of a crevice right there where you can feel. And I like to put my product almost slightly above that. That way it really lifts the face and it's not dragging it down. Because if you start putting it below, then you start elongating the face and creating more of like a droopy look. So I always recommend trying to stay on top of the cheekbone. And then you can clean up anything with powder, of course, to, you know, if you get a little messy with your blending, you can clean up your lines with powder or more foundation. Okay, so now I'm going to set the rest of my face using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Setting Powder, and I am using the shade Light. And then what I'm going to do to clean up my bronzer, I love to take the Fit Me powder in a lighter shade, so this is Fair Light. And this powder is awesome for baking. I don't bake a whole ton, but I do like to just clean up the contour ever so slightly. So I'm actually going to take this Morphe sponge. It has a really nice kind of square edge here, and just pick up a little bit of this powder, and we're just going to clean that right up. Just like that. Boom. And you don't have to leave it very long. I mean, the longer you leave it, the better it'll set. But this powder is very pigmented, so I don't like it to stay too long or else I have like a harsh line. See how easy that was just to do one sweep? I love this Morphe sponge for that reason. So now I'm just going to take my blending brush here and just kind of brush it away. Do you see how much of a difference that made just leaving it on there for like 2 seconds? And I also will put this lighter color underneath the eyes to brighten and down the side of the nose. These powders are super inexpensive and I love them. They're the best. So to set the bronzer, I am using the Maybelline City Bronzer in the shade 200. And my favorite bronzing brush is the Morphe M530. So this is just going to ensure that the bronzer stays put all day by layering the cream with the powder. For blush, I am using the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso. And I am using a Morphe E4 brush to apply this. These Milani Baked Blushes are so good. They're from the drugstore. You can get them at Ulta, Walmart, I think Target now. And they're super pigmented, super inexpensive, but Luminoso is definitely my favorite for the summertime. I don't really wear this one a ton in the winter just because it's like super peachy and glowy. So So for the eyes today, I want to use the BH Cosmetics Hangin in Hawaii palette. I did use this in one other video a little bit, and I'm just obsessed with the colors in this for summertime. I love these pinky orangey shades, as well as this like really pretty purple shade I haven't used yet, so we might do something with that. And I also have this pigment from Colourpop that I've been wanting to use in the shade Off the Charts. It's kind of like a very light champagne-y pink color. So I'm starting with the Morphe M441 blending brush, and we're going to go ahead and just kind of mix these two shades here to create a transition shade. And we're going to start putting that on the outer portion of the eye and blending it inward into the crease. So I have hooded eyes, so I do have to do my eyeshadow a certain way. If you don't have hooded eyes, then good for you. I'm super jealous. You do have a lot more room to work with and a little bit more structure, whereas with hooded eyes, you kind of have to create a crease for yourself. So if you do have hooded eyes like me, I always like to kind of go up and around, and you do want to bring it a little bit higher to lift the eye and create the appearance of a crease. So as you can see, I do bring it fairly high into my brow area there, and then I kind of go up into the brow so that I have more space to work with in the inner corner. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So I touch the outer portion of my eye, and then I kind of start wrapping up and in to the brow there. Okay, so we're going to move on to a more dense brush. So now I'm taking the Morphe M433. So it's the same type of brush, just a little bit more dense. And we're going to pick up the color. I don't know which color to go with next. I guess we'll pick up Lay right here. It's just a little bit more orange. And we're going to bring this one right here on the outer corner, and we're not going to bring this one up as high. Ooh, that is pigmented. Okay, so we're going to take it a step darker and pick up the shade Aloha right here. And again, every shade darker that you dip into, you want to stay a little bit closer to the lash line. So for the lid color, I'm going to start with Luau, which is this beautiful kind of purpley foiled shade. And I'm just going to use my finger, and we're just going to pop that all over the lid. Oh, that is so pretty. It kind of lost its intensity when I was blending it out, so I'm going to spray my brush with some Morphe setting mist and then re-dip into the shadow to hopefully intensify it a little bit. It just kind of brings back like the foiled appearance to the shadow. Okay, so to make it even more bright and fun, I'm going to top the lid shade with the Colourpop pigment, the loose pigment in Off the Charts. This is one of the Kathleen Lights collab pigments, I believe, from her like Zodiac collection. So we are going to apply some of this. Now you can apply this alone and it would just be like a very sheer glitter, but I think I'm going to take a tiny bit of glitter glue on top just to get the most intensity out of it, because it's going to stick a lot better with this. So I'm using the NYX glitter primer. This is an awesome, inexpensive glitter primer. And I'm just going to take a tiny bit, press it right on top of the lid. And then dip into your pigment and pat. Ooh, that's really bright. So I'm just going to kind of work with that and blend it out so it doesn't get too intense and completely cover that pink shade. So my camera stopped recording, but all I did was take this purple shade Luau and put that a little bit under the lower lash line. So I want to deepen up the look just a little bit, and I wasn't happy with any of the colors in that palette for this look. So I'm going to pick up the shade Bitten from Makeup Geek right here. It's kind of a beautiful like deep burgundy shade, and just put that right on the outer corner. Okay, so for inner corner highlight, I'm going to go ahead and grab this brightest shade right here called Hula from the BH palette and just pop him right there in the inner corner. And then we'll put it in our brow bone as well. So I'm not going to do a wing or anything today. I'm just going to take my Maybelline liquid liner and just do a clean line across the lash line just to cover the lash band a little bit better. And I'll apply mascara and lashes. For lashes today, I think I'm going to use this new pair that I just got. For lashes today, I'm using the b.lashed lashes in the style Kylie. These are my first time wearing these. They are so pretty and super fluffy. I will have to trim them a little bit, but I will go ahead and get those applied and I will be right back. Okay, lashes are on. They are so pretty. I love them, but they're definitely more dramatic than I thought they were going to be. I don't typically wear this dramatic of a lash just because I do have hooded lids, so it covers a lot of the eye look, but they are still so pretty. I love them. So I went ahead and put the clips in, how I'm going to wear them, and we're going to set the face with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. The blush is pretty glowy on its own, but I'm going to take a little bit of the Laura Mercier Glow Translucent Setting Powder just on the high points of my face for a little extra glow. This powder is so beautiful. If you are someone who's oily, this powder is really beautiful. It's super finely milled and it's like not super intense, but it gives the most beautiful just glow. Alright guys, we're just going to finish off with the lip and then our look is finally complete. For the lip, I think I'm going to use a little bit of this Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink in the shade Seductress. These are super long wearing liquid lipsticks, like they do not budge. I'm just going to put a little bit of this on. I'm going to kind of dab it in. It smells fantastic. I don't really love the feeling of liquid lipsticks on their own. I hate like having dry lips. So I'm going to top this with the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fenty Glow. Just a little bit in the center, just so I have a little bit of glide. It really doesn't change the color at all. This is like very similar to the color I'm wearing. These Fenty Gloss Bombs are such a good formula. I'm obsessed. I need to go get the other two colors she came out with because it's my favorite. So that is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup look. It's a little more glam than I was planning on doing today, but I actually love it. It turned out so good. So if you guys enjoyed it, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already so you never miss a new video from me. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.